All right, hey everyone, Sarah here with the 5 steps to a super simple sales strategy webinar again. I'm super sorry that I had such an issue with the recording. It wound up, I kept trying to upload it and it kept crashing on me, and I was sitting there keeping my fingers crossed that it would work, and then all of a sudden the file was gone altogether, and then with Easter being yesterday, it was a little bit crazy, so I'm sorry I didn't get this over to you sooner. Huge pain in the butt for me and for you, I'm sure, so again, I apologize for that, but here we are today, and I am ready and willing to bring you all the same great content that we went over on Saturday. So again, welcome to the 5 steps to a super simple sales strategy webinar. It's kind of a tongue twister there. For those of you who don't quite know me yet, my name is Sarah Dan, and I'm a business and marketing coach and strategist, and I specialize in working with female entrepreneurs, specifically coaches, whether that's Beachbody coaches or independent health, life, business coaches. I specialize in helping them figure out their foundation and master their marketing. And so what that means to me is I'm really all about helping you figure out who you are as a coach, right? Saying you're a Beachbody coach or a business coach or a health coach, it's not kind of just this one flat thing, right? We're all different. We all stand for different things. So I'm really all about helping my clients figure out who they are, who they're meant to help, what they're actually meant to offer. And that's what I mean personally by foundation. And then I like to help them master their marketing. And what that means to me is really figuring out systems and structures that allow you to authentically market your business, allow you to authentically show off to the world who you are, show off that foundation, and have simple but effective systems and structures set up so you're working smarter, not harder. So I say that also that you understand a couple things. Number one, no, I'm not a Beachbody coach. I'm very familiar with the Beachbody business. I've worked with I want to say 300 Beachbody coaches at this point. I really should count it, but I've worked with tons of Beachbody coaches, and I'm actually a Beachbody customer myself, so I do know the business pretty well. And I also say that so that you understand we're not going to be sitting here talking about messaging and friending people. We're not going to be talking about inviting people. We're not going to be talking about posting on your Facebook profile 3 to 5 times a day, selfies with Shakeology, any of that kind of stuff. Not that there's anything wrong with those things. I know that you're taught those things over and over again in the Beachbody world, and they work well for a lot of people, but that's not what I'm all about. I'm somebody who, again, wants to help you really figure out who you are so that your business feels good and you are able to market in the sustainable way that's authentic to you, but again, allows you to work smarter, not harder. So if that's what you want to learn about, hopefully that is what you want to learn about. And if that's the case, I am your girl. And so really this webinar, I was going to say it's the first time I've done this webinar. Now it's the second time now that I'm re-recording this, but the first time I did this webinar on Saturday, yeah, it was the first time. And really this comes down to my business has changed quite a bit over the past couple months, which if you know me, if you're my Unstoppable Women Entrepreneurs Facebook group, I've shared this multiple times. But it's really become, my business has been successful for a while. I've been self-employed for almost 5 years now, and it's been successful in the sense that I was always, making money, getting customers, all of that kind of stuff, for a while now. But my business structure, the way that I market myself and the way that I sell has changed significantly over the past couple months. And I've really kind of created this new system for myself where I'm making sales every single day. And more important than that, I'm doing it in a way that feels good. I'm doing it in a way that feels really simple. It's not stressful. It doesn't give me a bunch of anxiety. I'm not going through a bunch of, feast and famine type of cycles. And so I wanted to kind of share with you guys as Beachbody coaches exactly how I do this, because as I'm teaching more of my clients this way, some of them are telling me that they've hit Success Club, the first 2 weeks of their first 2 weeks of the month. People are getting more sales than they ever have before, and in a way that feels exciting, in a way that doesn't involve all of the messaging and the things that I know that so many of you don't enjoy. And so, when you figure something out, even if it's like a new show or a new album, or a new way of eating, and you kind of just want to share it with everybody because you're so excited about it, that's what this is to me. Again, I love this system that I've set up for myself. And so I'm just in this position where I want to share it with everybody. And again, share it with you because I know that it can work so well for you as a Beachbody coach. So to kind of break it down really quickly, what we're covering is number one, we're going to talk about why I think it's so incredibly important that you're selling more than just challenge packs. Because I feel like in working with my Beachbody coaches or Beachbody clients, or even hearing from the Beachbody coaches in my free Facebook community of Unstoppable Women Entrepreneurs, I feel like there's this huge tendency for everybody to just focus on the challenge packs. And I'm not sitting there saying not to necessarily focus on the challenge packs. Of course, I know it's your biggest money maker in terms of, challengers. But I also feel like in many cases, you're doing yourself a disservice by just focusing on the challenge pack when you have this whole line of products and programs that you could be selling. And so again, I want to talk to you about that and how we can kind of diversify the things that you're offering, the things that you're selling. I want to talk about how to write and share content that actually engages your ideal customers and then prompts them to buy. I feel like I see a lot of people just posting to post, just throwing something up there because they feel like they're supposed to, and I want to kind of change that pattern. I want to make sure that you're doing things intentionally. You're creating that free content and information that your ideal customers really want to hear, and it leads them into purchasing something. Because again, I know it's not easy, but I feel like it's really simple. It's not complicated at all. And so again, I want to share that with you. We're going to talk about really exactly how I plan out my own content and my posts each and every week so that it's low on stress but high on sales. I feel like that sounds like a big promise, but truly, I have a system. I sit down every single Sunday and figure out what I'm going to sell, and I figure out what I'm going to share and what I'm going to talk about. And every single week, every single day, I know that sales are going to be coming in because of this process. And so again, it's something I want to share with you. And then finally, we're going to be talking about the one really big mistake that I see so many Beachbody coaches make, a marketing mistake that's really costing you a lot of sales. And then of course, I'm not just going to harp on the mistake. I'm going to show you how you can correct it. All right. So again, I want to kind of break down some big mistakes first and foremost that I see in the Beachbody world when it comes to selling, when it comes to marketing. So first and foremost, I'm seeing so many of you basically being in a situation where you're only selling once a month or maybe 2 times a month, and only when you're doing free groups. I think it's a situation where, as a multi-level marketing business, I know that so much of the advice comes from the top, and some of the advice is great. A lot of the advice is great, I should say. But I find that in that, I feel like the information that's getting trickled down is so systematic. It's so, okay, groups sell, so I can only do free groups to actually make sales, and it all feels kind of silly to me. You're in a position in your business where somebody can buy from you, whether it's nighttime or in the middle, if it's morning or in the middle of the night. You can make sales when you are on vacation, right? You can sell a challenge pack. You can sell a Beachbody On Demand trial. You have this opportunity to sell so many things. So again, this concept of only doing free groups and only selling during the free groups and only selling challenge packs feels a little bit crazy to me, because again, there's so many more opportunities out there for you. A big mistake is I feel like so many of you feel like you're doing something wrong by selling. I want you to know, and I want you to embrace the fact that you're running a business, right? You're not running a charity. You're doing this for the purpose of helping people, of course, but you're also doing this because you're a business owner and you want to make sales. And there's nothing wrong with that. What I want you to know and understand and embrace is that really, my laptop charger fell out. What I want you to embrace is the fact that selling really is serving, right? You guys are in this position where you offer people something, whether it's a challenge pack or just Shakeology, whatever it is, you offer these products and programs that can change somebody's life. Can transform everything for them the way that they desire for it to be transformed. And so I want you to stop feeling like, oh my God, somebody's going to think I'm just trying to get the sale, and instead own the fact that you're giving people the life change that they really, really, really want. I know when I sell something, first of all, I don't put out anything that I don't believe in, truly. So when I share a program, when I offer something, I am so damn proud and excited and confident to share it, because I know that for my clients, it can make the changes that I know that they really, really, really want to make, right? I feel like, obviously, I'm grateful for sales that come in, but I almost feel like by me offering what I have to offer, I'm essentially giving my ideal clients a gift, right? I'm helping them get the results and the solutions that they really, truly desire. And so I want you to remember this here. You're not selling pencils at Target, right? You're selling an impactful, dynamic, exciting, really powerful program and really powerful products, right? And so I want you to embrace the hell out of that when you're selling. It shouldn't be a situation where you're running this free group, you're giving to people, and then to make the sale, you're kind of messaging people behind the scenes as if you're doing something wrong, because you're not doing anything wrong. You believe in these products and programs, I assume, and so you should be proud and confident and excited to share that with everybody, right? Another big mistake is really scattering efforts all over the place. You know, you're talking to a couple people via Messenger, and then you've got this group, and then you've got that group. Everybody's all over the place. And I find that in doing that, you're letting so many leads fall through the cracks. You're letting so many people who may have bought from you in the future really kind of fall off. It's a situation for me where I believe so strongly that it takes time to warm somebody up, right? It takes time for somebody to actually know that they want to purchase from you. So the last thing in the world we want to be doing is letting a bunch of people fall through the cracks, never to hear from you again, right? This concept of doing a 5-day free group, pitching your program at the end of it, and then opening up another free group and letting all those people kind of fall off and abandoning them because they haven't purchased from you in the first 5 days, it feels kind of insane to me, guys. I really want you to understand this, that I have people who purchase from me months down the road. I've had people be on my email list for over a year before they purchase from me, right? I want you to focus on building your business for the long term. I'm going to talk about this in a few. Building your business for the long term, building an audience, and building that know, like, and trust factor with the masses versus hunting for how can I get a customer today, right? I feel like in doing that and scattering everything all over the place, you're really wind up in a situation where you're just doing your business a huge disservice. And I feel like so many people that could have bought from you, you haven't given them the opportunity to. So again, you know, I'm not just talking about mistakes to beat you up. We're going to talk about how we can correct all of those things. Again, I already touched on this, but I think it's a huge mistake to only sell challenge packs. Again, you have all of these other opportunities, whether it's Energize, whether it's the portion control containers. You have this opportunity to be selling all these different things, right? And again, I know that you make the most money off of challenge packs. I don't pretend that I don't know that. And I'm going to share with you how we can integrate all of these other products and programs in a really smart way. But again, I want you to kind of eliminate that tunnel vision of I can only sell challenge packs, because again, there's a world of opportunity there for you. And then finally, I think that a lot of you that I see, I know that again, like so many of you tell me, like your uplines tell you have to post 3 to 5 times a day. And I'm not saying that that's wrong at all, but I want you to be intentional with what you're posting. I don't want you to just post to post. I don't want you to sit there down at your computer and like, oh, I've got to post for the 3rd time today. What can I post about? And put some random generic motivational quote out there, right? There's a really big difference between money-making content and just fluff content, right? And I feel like the majority of what I see so often can be fluff content. We really want to focus on having that money-making content that makes an impact on your ideal customers and gets them to want to buy and leads them into the sale, right? And so again, we're going to be talking about all of that in this webinar. So step number 1 of the 5 steps to a super simple sales strategy. Yeah, that really is a tongue twister. Step number 1 is to build your audience. So I touched on this already, but I think it's a huge mistake that I see so many Beachbody coaches and really business owners in general just functioning for sales, just functioning on how can I get a sale today? How can I get my Success Club points right away? Sales, sales, sales. That's the only thing that you're focusing on, right? I think it's so incredibly important that rather than feeling like every single day you have to chase down a sale or hunt down a sale, I feel so strongly that you should be focusing on how you can build a long-term business. How can you build a long-term audience? I feel like you're sacrificing the longevity of your business for the sake of getting a sale today. And again, I think that's a really, really, really big mistake when we know that so many people don't buy right away, right? I have a free Facebook community called Unstoppable Women Entrepreneurs. When I say community, it's a free Facebook group. I just feel like the word group is so overused that I use the word community. I have a free Facebook group where I show up every damn day. I show up, I give content, I give value, I give information. I'm always building that community full of my ideal clients. And I have this opportunity any damn time I want to offer a program, whether it's $27 or whether it's $297. I can always offer a program and I always make sales because I have a community. I have an audience that cares about what I have to say. And anytime I want to make the sale, I know that I can because again, I have those people who know, like, and trust me. And many of them don't purchase from me right away. Many people are sometimes in there for a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months before they actually purchase from me. But that's fine with me. I'm ready and willing to put in the work into my community. I'm delivering to the masses. I'm delivering in a scaled way. I'm giving to people. And when the time is right, when the program is right, they have the opportunity to purchase from me. I know that, right? And so again, if I had only been functioning and focusing on how can I get a sale today? How can I get a sale today? All of these people that took a while to buy from me, they would have fallen through the cracks, right? And again, I feel like that's what so many of you are doing. I want you to focus on how you can function for the long term of your business. How can you build up an audience of people who are going to know you, like you, trust you, and want to hear what you have to say, right? We have to know who that ideal customer is. We have to know who that person is who needs to hear from you. And again, you show up for that person. And what I want to say about this also is that there's a very big difference in, I see so many of you, this has been a big topic, a hot topic in a couple of the programs that I'm doing right now, but I'm seeing so many of you feel the need to give to your audience. And so that I'm clear, I am 100% in agreement with that. You have to give to your audience. You have to give to your people. You have to build that know, like, and trust factor. But I want you to understand here, there's a very big difference between giving on a one-on-one basis, meaning you're sitting there talking to somebody, having a 3-month conversation about their why and all this stuff, right? The conversation is going and going and going and essentially draining so many of you, right, to get the sale, versus giving in a scaled way, giving to a community, giving to a group all at one time. If I go live with a Facebook live video in my free Facebook community, I've got about 2,700 people in my community right now. And I really haven't actively marketed it a ton up until a couple weeks ago, honestly. But if I show up and I do a live video, I'm still giving. I'll sit there and give 45 minutes, an hour's worth of business and marketing advice. I'm sure as hell giving, but I'm not talking to 2,600 people on a one-on-one basis. It takes me just as much work to show up for 26 people as it does for 2,600 people, right? So I think this is really important to understand. I don't believe the quality is ever any different, right? The quality of the advice and the guidance and the support and the information is not that much different. I'm still giving great advice and great business information to my people, but I'm not in a situation where I'm being drained by every single conversation that may not lead to a sale. And again, I'm hearing that from so many of you. You're getting these people who are expected to be coached for free, and it's a lot of time and it's a lot of energy. And again, I know you want to help people, so the complaint is not that you're helping people, but it's that you're kind of in these dead-end conversations that are going nowhere, and that people are now starting to believe and understand that you're there for them for free. To me, you could be spending that time on money-making activities, right? Doing Facebook Lives, creating content, creating information. So I feel really strongly that you're not only hurting yourself because you're taking up time with things that aren't very often I hear they're not making you money, but you're in a situation where so many of you, I'm hearing so many of you are so damn resentful about it, right? You're feeling like I've given so much time and so much energy to these conversations that I'm not making any money or I'm not making any sales from it. So again, for me, it's the perfect win-win. If you build an audience, if you build a community, an email list, whatever we want to build, I think a Facebook group makes perfect sense for you as a Beachbody coach. I think that if I'm being honest with you, I think that should be your priority right now, building a community where your ideal client wants to hang out, and make it your priority to show up there every single day and give content and value and information and build that know, like, and trust factor. When you do that, and you show up as your authentic self and you talk about the things that you really want to talk about, which are going to make an impact on your ideal customers, it feels a lot lighter to me and to my customers that are doing this, right? The clients that I'm working with that are doing this, they're getting their sales and it feels so much better. And again, to me, there's no better win than that. So for me, the first step that I feel that you should really take is create a Facebook community that your ideal customers want to be a part of. It's always open. It's always ongoing. If you do free 5-day challenges, it goes down in that Facebook community, right? I just did a free 5-day authentic action challenge last week, and that went down in this Facebook group, right? I didn't have to create a new one and kind of reinvent the wheel and work so much harder than I need to be. Everything goes down there. All my people get to watch it that want to watch it, obviously, and then I'll do the next one there and the next one there. Everyone's there. I'm always building that audience, and therefore I'm always building that know, like, and trust factor. And when people are ready to buy, they do, right? So again, I feel like that's the first step to your simple sales strategy. Focus on building an audience versus chasing down the sale that you're trying to get today. Again, I think you're doing yourself a huge disservice, and I feel like you're hurting the long-term success of your business by being on this hunt for who can buy from me today. I truly believe that, okay? So step number 2 is to diversify your offerings. So again, I understand that you make more off of challenge packs and you get your success club points. I get that, right? But again, Beachbody has this opportunity for you to be selling so many other things. Beachbody On Demand, the portion control containers, Shakeology samplers, the 3-day refresh, all of these different things, right? And so for me, I understand that the challenge pack should be a big focus, but I don't believe that they should be the only focus. And here's the biggest reason why. Getting a customer the very first time is the hardest part, okay? That first purchase that you're getting somebody to make is the hardest one to win over. And many people may not be ready to go all the way with a challenge pack, not just from a financial standpoint, but to me, it's also like, wow, I'm committing to 30 days of drinking something. That might feel like a big commitment for somebody who's not super familiar with you, not super familiar with the products and programs. They might just not be ready yet, right? And so to me, if somebody says no to a challenge pack, that just means that we're not going to sell them anything at all. That feels insane to me. It feels insane to me. I've had so many people pass on my higher end offerings, like with my Beachbody group programs. My most expensive thing is about $800. My live group program. It's a longer program. I've had tons of people say no to that and then wind up buying a $197 program and then wind up buying a $27 program, whatever it is. They go back and buy something for me. And what's important about this is getting that customer for the first time, again, is the hardest part. But almost all of these people go on to buy more for me, right? Again, understand that getting the customer the first time is the hardest part. You might be in a situation where somebody is terrified to spend $130, $160 on Shakeology or a challenge pack, but they would have easily purchased the portion control containers, right? You have this opportunity to give them a no-brainer $10 offering. Get them started with their diet, get them started on the right path. Maybe you send them over a meal plan, via a PDF, something along those lines. Now all of a sudden we get that person. And now all of a sudden we have the opportunity 2 weeks, 3 weeks down the road to say, hey, how's it going? I really feel like you could, it's time to, maybe if we want to really kind of push those results forward, really incorporate Shakeology into your routine, into your diet, blah, blah, blah. Now we have the opportunity to take them to the next step. We have the opportunity to keep going with them, right? So again, this $10 no-brainer commitment that they made, now they're not only are they your customer in the Beachbody system, but now we can sell them more things if it feels aligned to them, right? If it feels like the right next fit. To me, now you have this opportunity. This person that you sell that said no to a challenge pack, but you sell the $10 portion, I think they're $10, forgive me if I'm wrong, but if you sell them the $10 portion control containers, this person could go on to be your next rock star coach, right? It's not so black and white that if somebody doesn't want a challenge pack, they don't want anything. So I really, really, really want you to understand this, right? If I were you, I would be rotating what I'm selling all the time. So maybe that means week 1, I'm going to go ahead and sell challenge packs. Week 2, I'm going to talk about Shakeology samplers. Week 3, I'm going to talk about Beachbody On Demand. Week 4, I'm going to talk about the coaching opportunity in my community, so on and so forth. I'm always talking about something new, and I'm always giving different people different opportunities to get started and to be my customer for the first time. A really good example, if you think about this, an example of this strategy is a company like Groupon, right? And I'll just tell you this: I bought a laser hair removal Groupon, right, from a local spa, and of course I did my research and all that fun stuff. But I wanted to buy. It was like a really inexpensive, small area for like $150, right? $150. I bought that Groupon. I went to the spa. It's beautiful. It's clean. It's professional. Everybody's so kind there. Getting me in the door the first time was the hardest part. Now I'm going to go on to buy more things. They probably weren't making a ton of money, if any money, on that $150 Groupon. But again, now they've got me in the door. Now I'm going to buy more things. Now I'm going to upgrade to something else. Now they have me as a customer, and they've achieved the hardest thing, which is getting me as the customer for the first time. So I want you to understand this here. Again, focus on how you can get more customers versus how you can make more money. Please, 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 please. Even just to kind of put this into context, in my business previously, like past couple years, most of my business came from one-on-one coaching, one-on-one clients. And let's say I signed a client for $4,000, let's just say, right? I might get that customer for $4,000. They buy my month-long coaching package. Great. I work with them for a month, but I still have one customer. What I like to do now is I'd rather sell 10 people $400 packages, and now I have 10 people who might go on to buy more. I'm in a better situation by having those 10 customers versus having that one client, right? So I hope that makes sense. We want to make sure that we're getting more customers all the damn time versus just chasing those one-off sales or those higher end products and programs. We want to build for the long term versus what works for us now, okay? And again, that's not to say don't sell challenge packs. That's not what I'm saying at all. But to remember here that it's not just the challenge packs that you can sell. So step number 3 is to plan and work backwards. So I'm just going to share with you guys exactly how I work. I wish I had I could turn my computer around, but I think it'll be a little bit messy. What I do every single Sunday, I'm watching, well, normally I would watch my Big Little Lies, I'd watch my girls on Sunday night. I would sit at my coffee table, and I have one of those huge, like the kids pads. They're like 16 by 22. They can draw all over, all of that kind of stuff. And I get my colorful markers. It makes it more fun. I'm 32 years old, but whatever, it makes it more fun. And every single week, what I sit down and I do is I figure out Monday through Friday, what am I going to be selling this week? And based on what I'm selling, what am I going to be talking about in my free Facebook community? I want you to understand this. We're not just putting up posts and content and information for the sake of putting it up and then sitting back with our fingers crossed that somebody wants to buy from us. To me, it might work, but it doesn't feel as strategic as it could be. Instead, I want you to be in a situation where you know what you're selling. We work backwards. We figure out what we're selling first. And then you're creating content and information that's in alignment with that. The free content, the free video, the free post, whatever it is, it leads into the sale of what you have to offer, okay? Somebody should read your content, read your information, or watch your video, whatever it is, and basically want to take it further, want to learn more, want to hear more information, right? I want you to understand this. There's, again, a very big difference between free, fluffy content where, how do you guys drink your coffee? Stuff like that. Versus money-making content. And money-making content has 2 things, in my opinion. Number 1, it's results-based. I like to market based on the concept and the thought that people are selfish, right? I know it doesn't sound like the nicest thing to say, but at the end of the day, nobody cares about you and your story for the sake of caring about you and your story. They care about it because they want to know what's in it for them. Nobody cares about a bag of Shakeology. They want the bag of Shakeology because what it can do for them. If I sell my product, my programs, for example, nobody sits there and says, ooh, PDFs, right? They care about what those PDFs and what the lessons and information can do for them. We always want to think people are selfish, people are selfish, people are selfish. So when you put out a piece of information, when you put out a post, when you put out a piece of content, you want to show somebody what's in it for them, why they should be excited to read it. So this is the difference between, again, saying something along the lines of you write out this big long story about your weight loss and, you know, how you were struggling and blah, blah, blah. And some of you, I feel like you write such long things, and some of them are so incredible, but it takes so long to actually get to the point. Whereas instead, if I was just posting on Facebook, I would make sure the top line is all in capitals and it says something exact, the exact first steps that I took. Ellie, come here. That's my puppy. I have a 6-month-old puppy, which if you were live, you saw her being very bad. Sorry about that. She's scratching at my door. What I would do is I would make sure, like, I would write something along, come here. I would write something along the lines of, you know, the first 3 steps that I took on my 150-pound weight loss journey, right? We're letting people know what's in it for them, what information they're actually going to learn by reading through this, right? We want to let people know what's in it for them. Always make it juicy. Always make it results-based. I saw somebody, I've used this example a couple times, but I saw somebody on Facebook the other day who is a Beachbody coach. Come here. Come here. Stop it. She was being really good. She had her Kong, and now all of a sudden she's going nuts. I saw somebody on Facebook the other day post something along the lines of, like, she went live with a video. She was a Beachbody coach. She went live with a video, and the title of the video was like, busting the myths, right? Busting the myths about what? Training a puppy? Losing weight? I want to know what's in it for me. I want to know why I should tune into this video, right? I think it's really important. I think I think it's, sorry. All right, I thought it went offline for a second. I think it's really important that I know it's really important that you're making it clear to people why they would actually want to read your information in order to get them to actually read. She's going to come over here. Let's see if this is any better. And in order to actually get them to read or actually pay attention. When you focus on what's in it for your ideal clients and why you're creating the information you're creating, that's when they're going to be a hell of a lot more likely to actually pay attention. And so again, that's the first part of money-making content. The second part of actually creating money-making content, which I'm going to talk about further in the next couple of slides, is actually giving them something to do, right? Giving them a call to action, having it be in alignment with what you're actually selling. So for example, let's just say, I've given you an example here. Let's say you're spending the week selling the 3-day refresh, right? And so maybe the topic of your post would be something along the lines of exactly how I lost 5 pounds in 3 days. Juicy topic, juicy content, juicy title that people want to know more about, right? It shows them what's in it for them. They're not just, they don't care about your 5-pound weight loss necessarily, but they're caring about how they could possibly do it themselves, right? It's sticking out to them as results-based content. And it's leading into, let's say, the first thing you say is something like, I hydrated more. Number 2, I didn't eat carbs. Number 3, I drank the fiber drink involved in 3-day refresh. Want to join me for this? Click here to learn more. We're leading into a sale of something. We're leading into something in alignment, again, versus just posting a story and then sitting back with our fingers crossed, hoping somebody wants to buy from us, right? It's not intentional and it's not strategic. And I want better for you guys. I want you to be smarter about the way that you're marketing, not just, again, putting out content, putting out whatever it is, and then sitting back and hoping people buy. You're doing yourself a disservice, I believe so strongly in doing that. And I want you to make sure that you're moving forward in a more strategic way. All right, guys, sorry, I'm back. I had to take a little puppy break there. Sorry, she was acting a little bit nuts. So step number 4 is to give more. So again, I want you to understand this. By having a community, by having an audience, by having people that actually care about what you have to say, you have this opportunity to show up all the damn time and give, right? You're a health coach for a reason. You believe in what you do. You believe in how you eat. You believe in your specific food and fitness philosophies, right? You should have kind of, I believe you should be able to take a strong stance for who you are and what you're all about and how you help people, right? Otherwise, what the hell would be the purpose of actually doing this? But again, by you having this opportunity to have this community, you have the opportunity to show up, give of yourself, share what you've learned, share the things that you've struggled with, share the information that you want to share with people, but again, in this scaled way, right? You have this opportunity to show off your stories, show off some of the biggest mindset hurdles, your favorite replacements for carbs, right? Whatever it is that you feel strongly about, you have this opportunity to show up and show off to people so that they get to learn a little bit more. They get a little bit closer to where they want to be, and you position yourself as somebody that, again, they know, like, and trust, and they actually want to work with, right? So remember this here. I hear a lot of you tell me things like, well, my Facebook group is dead. Nobody's really engaging. And then I'll ask you how you post, and you'll tell me like you do 2 buffered posts a day. Look, if you're not showing up, we can't expect anybody else to be showing up in your audience. I know for me, the more that I show up, my sales go up. That's not some random coincidence, right? The more that I have this opportunity to build that know, like, and trust factor, have people understand who I am, what I'm all about, and how I can help them, the more that I have the opportunity to sell, the more people I have to sell to, right? So it probably doesn't sound all that revolutionary, and I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. But the more we give, the more we have the opportunity to ask, right? We don't want to be out there like jerks, selling all the time. We want everything that we're selling, and especially if we're, doing the situation where we're selling something different every single week, we want to make sure that we're earning that right to ask more. And in order to do that, we have to give more. I show up every single day in my Facebook community with massive value. Massive information. I'm always giving back to my people. I'm always giving them information that they want to learn more about. I'm doing free live challenges. I do contests, whatever it is. I give to my audience, and again, establish that know, like, and trust factor. And by doing that, by giving them the information that they're craving, I get to build my business authentically in a way that feels really good, because I love being able to talk about this stuff. That's why I do what I do. But again, I earn this situation. I earn the right to sell all the time, I give all the time, and I sell all the time. And again, this is not hard. It's a very simple concept. You give more, you ask more. And so again, your priority, in my opinion, every single day should be to show up in front of your people, build that know, like, and trust factor, deliver the content and the information that they're craving, and position yourself as somebody that they want to work with, right? Again, if you show up all the time, if you share your story, if you get raw, if you get vulnerable, which I know can feel scary for many of you, but at the same time, if you do that, again, you earn that know, like, and trust factor. And one thing with all of this, I really, really, really want you to, again, embrace who you are. Nothing drives me crazier than when I have my Beachbody clients tell me things like they help people get healthier or they help moms. Guys, what does that mean? A mom she could have 5 pounds to lose and just needs to tone up. She could have 150 pounds to lose and be really sick, right? There's tons of different moms. Nutrition means 15 different things to 15 different people. Health is not just this flat topic that we just show up and talk about health and talk about water and talk about nutrition and it means something to somebody. We have to, in my opinion, you have to take it so much further. Even let's just say if we tell people that we're giving them a meal plan, what does that mean? Meal plans can mean different things to different people. Is it vegan? Is it paleo? Is it low carb? Is it low calorie? Like, what is it? We have to take it that step further and take that stand for who you are and make it clear to your people what you're all about. Somebody asked me the other day on one of my Facebook lives, I think it was during my challenge, and they were like, do you think Beachbody is oversaturated at this point? And I absolutely don't believe it's saturated to the point where you can't make money, to the point where you can't build a business. Absolutely not. I think there's a world of possibility out there for each and every one of you. But in my opinion, what is oversaturated is the same shit from every single person. The same 5-day clean eating groups, the same drink more water groups, the same crock pot groups, all of these things that aren't really saying anything and that everybody is doing. In my opinion, it's more important than ever that you're stepping it the hell up, right? You're really kind of taking a stand for something. You're positioning yourself as somebody who believes in something, who is passionate about something, who is excited to share with somebody, and somebody who stands for something. Because again, I think so many of you are doing yourself such a huge disservice by watering down your message and putting in the bare minimum when it comes to the content or when it comes to the effort that you're putting out there. And to me, if you're putting out there the bare minimum watered down version of yourself, we can't be upset when you're getting the bare minimum watered down version of results, right? And so again, I really think it's time more than ever to really take a stand for who you are, really step it the hell up. And so when I'm talking about giving more in a way that only you can, right? Don't just say the same shit that everybody else is saying. Again, I think it's really time. Like, I know these products and programs are incredible. I know that, right? And a lot of people I think might have, I don't want to try Beachbody or whatever it is, not necessarily because of the products and programs. I think it's often because of how they've been marketed to, right? And so again, show up and share what you stand for. Show up and share who you are as a person and what you're dealing with and what you're struggling with or what you've struggled with, where you've come from, the transformation that you've made. Talk about the things that are a little bit scarier to talk about. Maybe that means rather than saying, oh, I was so unhealthy, is like, talk about, the fact that, I don't know, you didn't want to have sex with your husband because you felt so disgusting, right? We've all been in those kind of vulnerable situations, and when we hear from somebody who we resonate with, that's when the message and that's when the connection is going to go 10 times deeper. And when the connection is deeper, that's when somebody's going to be a hell of a lot more likely to buy, right? So again, I really encourage you, when we're talking about giving more, not just give more in the quantity, but giving more of in the quality of what you're actually delivering. Like, I can't stress this enough. You doing a 5-day clean eating group with a bunch of posts that are loaded into Hootsuite and you're delivering for them for the 6th time, that's fine if that's what you like to do. But I also feel like you can't be in a situation where you're upset that that's what's happening. Focus on building that community authentically and genuinely and passionately and confidently, and I promise you, when you do that, the sales will come to you. So again, it's something that I've been talking about. I did my authentic action challenge last week, so it's been something we've been talking about so much. But I think it's so important. And actually, if you're in my Unstoppable Women Entrepreneurs Facebook group, if you are, great. If not, I'd love to have you join us. But I did a video day 2, and I had everybody rather than beating around the bush, rather than coming out with these same, again, watered down messages, I asked everybody to really, like, what do you really want to say to your ideal client, and how do you really want to say it? Like, does that mean cut the bullshit excuses? Does that mean put down the pizza and move your ass? Like, what does it really mean to you? What do you want to share? And again, I feel so strongly that when you give, and when you give from an authentic, genuine place, and people see your passion and your fire for what you truly believe, your sales will go up. And I don't think that's a coincidence, right? We always want to remember, and we want to embrace the fact that people out there are struggling with their health. They're struggling with their fitness. And so I want you to be that person to show up and give them the information that they're struggling to find. I like to believe that the best marketing, the very, very, very best marketing, is going to speak to your ideal clients like it's a one-on-one conversation. Like, you want your ideal clients to walk away from your free challenge, your free group, whatever we want to call it, your Facebook Live video, your Facebook ad, whatever it is. You want your ideal customer to walk away from your marketing and feel like, holy crap, like Sarah was speaking directly to me. Like, she totally understands me. She totally gets where I'm coming from. She totally has been where I am. This is the person to help me. And so I want you, again, to give more and show up for that person. Show up for that person that's out there struggling to find you more than you are them. And when you focus, and when you get specific, and when you get authentic, and when you get genuine, and you give in that way, again, your sales go up. And that is not a freaking coincidence. I have seen this done many times in my own business, many times for my clients. And I believe that it can be the same thing for you. So again, focus on giving more in a scaled way, and giving more of yourself in your content and in your information. So finally, step 5 is to ask more, right? Again, these two things kind of go hand in hand. What I want you to understand here is, in order to get the sale, you have to ask for the sale. There's no reason in the world that all of you should be so shy about asking for the sale. Remember here, you have these incredible products and programs that can change the lives of your ideal clients. So own the hell out of that. Stop being afraid to share it. Stop feeling like you're doing something wrong, because you're not. You're giving people the tools that they need to get to where they want to be. If you've ever heard any of my stuff before, the analogy that I use all the time is that essentially we know that as coaches, it's not just your job to sell Shakeology. It's not just your job to get your Success Club points. It's your job to show your ideal customers that you can get them from where they are now to where they want to be. And the analogy that I always use for that is, your ideal client right now is on Island A. And Island A is where they're struggling and frustrated and miserable and confused in their own version of personal hell, and whatever it means to them when it comes to health and fitness. But they want to be on Island B. And Island B is where they've solved their problems. They've lost the weight. They feel healthier. They feel more energetic. They fit into their skinny jeans again, whatever that means for your ideal client. And I want you to understand here that it's your job as a marketer to show off to those people that you and Beachbody, with the Shakeology and the workouts and the support and accountability, you and Beachbody are the boat to get them from Island A to Island B. So again, I want you to understand that when you're asking for the sale, you're not doing anything wrong. You're not doing anything that you should feel guilty about. You are simply sharing and promoting these products and programs that I hope that you believe in really, really, really strongly, and that you believe everybody needs to try, right? So own the hell out of that part of this. So again, when we talk about the fact that, okay, we're going to give more, this gives us the opportunity to ask more. I sell every single day in my Facebook group, pretty much. If I miss a day, it's because I'm tired and I've taken off for the weekend, right? That's about it. Every single day I'm showing up, giving content, giving value, giving information. At a 45-minute video, at the end of that 45-minute video, I'm going to remind you of what I have for sale. And I feel like I've earned that right? So again, I feel like it's the same kind of thing for you. And of course, you don't have to dive into selling every single day if that feels extreme for you. But the point here is, the more you give, the more you can ask. The more you give, the more you can ask. So if you want to be selling every single day, give every single day and ask for the sale every single day with, again, that aligned content, right? I feel like, again, you have to stop being shy about what you have for sale and just sitting back and hoping somebody buys from you. It feels really crazy to me. Own the value in these things, and own the price too. I feel like so many of you go into your sales assuming that nobody wants to spend money, and that's not the truth at all. People will spend money when they see that they can get the solutions and the results that they want. So it's your job as a business owner to show people why for $160 they can get potentially the results that they want. Be proud of that. Own that. That is your job, okay? I hear so many of you telling me things like, so many people tell me they can't afford Shakeology, and I have to tell you, I think it's BS. I don't believe for a second that as many people that you're telling me can't afford Shakeology really can't afford Shakeology. I think the problem is that you're not showcasing the value of Shakeology, right? You're talking about it in this, you're just sharing the same standard jargon that everybody else is. You're sharing the same, this is what it's all about, this is what it includes, this is what it is. You're not actually taking it a step further and saying to that person, this is why it's going to help you. This is why it's going to get you from where you are now to where you want to be. This is why it's so perfect for you, right? You're not showing off the value. I'm pretty confident that each and every one of you watching this, if there's ever been anything in your life under $200 that you really, 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 really wanted because you saw the results it was going to get you, you made it happen. You made it happen. Maybe that means you couldn't buy it right away. Maybe that means you had to wait till the next paycheck. Maybe that means you had to pick up an extra waitressing shift. Maybe that means you had to ask your husband for it for Christmas. I was promoting my last program, Supercharge Your Challenge, and I had somebody email me and tell me if they asked me if I could give them a little bit extra time because they wanted to sell something to be able to get in my program, right? Your people, when you show them what they can get through purchasing from you, they should be that rabid and that fired up to purchase from you because, again, it shows them that they can get from where they are now to where they want to be. You should be in a situation where people are sitting there saying, shut up and take my money, right? Running for their credit cards to buy from you because, again, you've showcased that it can give them the results that they want. But, again, it's your job to do that. So just for an example, let's say you say something along the lines of, okay, if you buy a challenge pack from me, you get a private Facebook group. Okay, cool. That's great. Or you could take it a step further and make sure that people understand you get access to my VIP support group. This is where me and everybody else on the same journey as you show up every single day. We hold each other accountable. I check in with you on Mondays. I check in with you on Fridays to make sure that you're setting your goals and you're sticking to your goals. And to me, this is the big difference between you stopping and falling off the wagon. And instead, this can make the difference between this finally being the time where you make things happen, right? There's a very big difference between phrasing it those two ways. I hope you see that, right? So again, it's your job to take it further. It's your job to show people why everything they're about to buy is so freaking awesome and why it's a no-brainer for $160. And really, especially with this all access pass being on sale, it is a no-brainer. It is a no-brainer. Like, everything that they're getting for that dollar amount is crazy. And so I don't think you should be shy about that. And especially think about who your ideal client is and show them why it's perfect for them specifically, right? Don't just say, it's great because it's the Netflix of working out. That's cool and all, but I think you take it a step further. So just so you understand, if you're a busy entrepreneur, this is the difference between you feeling like you have to lug all your workout stuff, to the gym, to go to the hotel gym when you're traveling for work, all that kind of stuff. And instead it makes it really simple. You're able to kind of pull out, I guess bringing all the stuff doesn't really make sense if you're going to the gym, but hopefully you get what I'm saying. Showcasing that it's a little bit simpler for them to work out on the go, right? All you have to do is work out in your hotel room, 22 minutes, whatever it is, boom, you're done, right? Showcase why it's perfect for them. Don't just say, again, it's the Netflix of working out. Take it a step further and what results that means for somebody, why they would want it so badly. I want you to understand here, if you deliver, let's just say, a 5-day free group and content every single day, and you're showing up and you're giving of yourself, and then you barely mention what you have for sale, if you're not confident or excited about what you're selling, how the hell can we expect anybody else to be? Again, truly, when I create programs, when I create my group programs, my digital programs, like whatever coaching I'm offering, I'm literally fired up and excited to share it because I create it from a fired up, excited place. And I can't wait to say, I'm going to tell you guys about my new 30-day program and I'm so excited about it. And here's why. And that's genuine. Like, I don't create anything I'm not excited about. But if I'm sitting there being like, yeah, like, it's this much, and I know that a lot of you can't afford it, or kind of beating around the bush, or kind of not being excited and confident and proud about it, how can I expect anybody else to be confident to invest in me? You need to be confident and excited about what you're selling, what you're offering, and showcasing why it's the perfect solution for so many people that need you. Because again, people out there need these solutions. They need you. So operate from that place. Operate knowing that. So don't be shy about, again, giving more and asking more. Always giving them an opportunity to purchase something that's going to help get them from that island A to island B. Again, maybe that's on demand, Beachbody on demand. Maybe that's a Shakeology sampler. Maybe it's energized. Who knows, right? Whatever it is, showcase, give in alignment with that, and then ask them for the sale and show them why it's going to change their life. Because again, I assume you believe that it is going to. One big thing missing from so much of your marketing and so much of your selling is really including some sort of time-sensitive bonus so that people actually take action now. I want you to understand this. People procrastinate. You have to include some sort of time-sensitive element, some sort of scarcity to actually get people to move. I think this is important in any business. We look at the movie theaters. Movies are only available for a certain period of time. We look at Macy's doing their, 2-day sales, whatever it is. This is done in every single business in the world. But I think it's incredibly important when you are all in a situation where you're selling things that a bunch of other Beachbody coaches are selling also. I think sometimes I see you guys write things like, get in now. My new challenge group is starting on Monday. And it's like, yeah, so are 10 other Beachbody coaches. And then I can join you next week because I know you're always running challenge groups, or I could join this person's, or I could buy any time off the website. There's no real scarcity there. So this is where you have the opportunity to say, okay, all week I'm selling the Shakeology sampler. If you purchase this week, I'm also going to throw in my 7-day slim down meal plan so you can actually make some real progress the first week on Shakeology. But I'm only offering that if you buy by Friday. That makes a big difference for people. Just putting that scarcity on them, just putting that little bit of pressure on them makes people buy a hell of a lot more easily. And it's funny, I want to tell you this story because I think I told this when I was live, but I don't really remember. I had somebody in one of my Supercharge Your Challenge programs, and she was telling me that another Beachbody coach came into her Facebook group, came into her Facebook community, and was selling Energize for less than it actually cost, like retail. I think it was like $3 off, like maybe $4, maybe $5. It was not a significant amount of money off, right? It was like somewhere between $3 and $5. She was selling it, hey, I've got a bunch of extra, this Energize. I only have, 4 tubs of it, whatever it was. So first come, first serve. I'm selling it at this discounted rate. And so my client came to me and was like kind of upset about it. Well, obviously she had the right to be upset about it because how this coach dealt with it. But she was upset, like, God, like, if it's being offered for a discount, how can I compare to that? And what I wanted her to understand is it had nothing to do with the discount. People jumped on it. Oh, I should have said that. People were jumping on the opportunity to purchase the Energize. People jumping on that opportunity had nothing to do with the price. Nobody was that rabid about saving $3 or $5, right? That's not what it was all about. People were jumping on it because they saw scarcity. They were afraid. People want what they stand to lose. People saw that the situation, the opportunity was about to go away, and so they wanted to jump on it. It wasn't about saving that money, right? Again, let's get out of our head here that we're always assuming that people are looking for a deal or people are looking for a discount. It's not about that. We have to give people a reason to take action now. And I'm just being totally transparent with you guys. This is the reason that, like, when I send you guys a webinar recording, which I'm obviously about to do, I don't sit there and say in your inbox, hey, watch this whenever. Because if I say that, you're going to watch it whenever, and it's going to wind up at the bottom of your inbox, never to be seen again. So when I send out a webinar recording, I say 2 days only because I want eyeballs on my webinar. And if I don't put that pressure on people, they won't watch it, which does me no good, right? At the end of the day. And again, I'm just being transparent about that and open and honest. We want to make sure people understand that they have to move now. Otherwise, they won't. It's the reason I get way better results from my live webinars, my live challenges versus just some ebook that I put out there. People need a reason to move. And so again, I want you to understand this. If every single week you're selling something different, you're giving more, you're giving content that's in alignment, and then you're asking for the sale in alignment, and you're offering some sort of time-sensitive bonus to add on to it. And so again, I think it's this all put together. I hope you see how simple it really is. There's not a whole lot more to it. Obviously, we could go deeper into each topic, but there's not a whole lot more complications in all of this, right? We show up every single day. We build that audience. getting into the recap. Maybe I should go to the recap slide. Where every single day we're building that audience. We're building that community of people who know, like, and trust us and care about what we have to say. Every single week, or however you want to do it, you're diversifying your offerings. You're always selling something different with the hopes of getting more customers versus making more money. Step number 3 is we plan out what we're going to share. We figure out what we're going to sell, and then we create posts and content and videos, whatever it is, that are in alignment with that sale. We're not just randomly posting something and hoping for the best. Step number 4, I switched those around. I forgot to change those after I did it live. Step number 4 is we give more. We give to our people. We give to our audience. We show up and share the value, the information, the content that they're seeking. And then step 5, we have the opportunity to ask more. If we show up and give, we have the opportunity and the right to ask for the sale, right? We're showing people why they need what we have to offer. And again, when we capture them with that giving content, that exciting results-based content, they want to hear about what's next, and we have the opportunity to show them, right? So I hope that was helpful for you guys. I hope that you learned a ton, of course. I wanted to share with you, of course, what is next, right? Of course, we went through a lot, but we didn't go through everything, and we can, of course, always take each of these things further. And so I've created a program for you that allows us to do just that. So this is 30 Days to a Simple Sales System program. This is a 4-week live group program that's going to help you simplify and nail the sales system that allows you to be in a position where you can make an impact and really sell to your audience every single day in a way that feels good, a way that feels authentic, and a way that you're confident about, that in turn gains the confidence of your ideal customers. So what we're covering: again, it's a 4-week live group program. Week number 1, we're going to talk about creating that Facebook group, creating the community that you're craving to be a part of. We're going to get clear around who it's for, who that perfect ideal client is, how we're going to set the vibe of the community, decide what you're going to share there, and really create the community and marketing and advertising plan so that you're always building it every single day. Again, imagine how much different your business would be, if you've been doing this for 2 years and every single day you were getting 5 new ideal clients into your one Facebook community. I'm pretty sure your business would be in a different place right now. So again, we want to make sure that we're not only creating this awesome community, but we're making sure we know how to market the hell out of it, so we're always building it. Week number 2, we're going to talk about mapping out your sales plan and how you're going to diversify all of your offerings. We're going to find new, unique things to sell each and every week, or each 5 days, however you want to do it. We're going to map out when you're going to sell what and how we're going to include and create bonuses as add-ons to make the programs exciting and different and make people want to take action. I've even gone a step further with this. I've literally given you guys a calendar of exactly how I would do it if I was a Beachbody coach, what I would sell when, the bonuses I would include, all of that kind of stuff. I've given you kind of a basis. Not to say that I want you to copy me and do the same thing, but I've given you some really awesome ideas so that you can implement yourself. Week number 3, we're going over your juicy free content, what you need to understand about creating that results-based, exciting content that people actually want to pay attention to you, including crafting juicy titles, results-based titles that actually grab attention and actually stand out in the newsfeed. We're going to talk about how to design branded graphics so that, again, it stands out. Nothing drives me crazier when you guys deliver these awesome stories and it's accompanied by a selfie and nobody knows what the story's about, or nobody knows what the call to action is. We want to make sure that we have graphics that are really, really, really obvious and grab people's attention and show them what this is all about. Finally, I'm going to show you, we're going to talk about how to repurpose content for multiple platforms, because I think so many of you have your profiles, your Facebook groups, your Facebook pages, your Instagram, and everything's all over the place. And again, being everywhere doesn't have to be complicated. We have the opportunity to really streamline all of this so that you're using all of your platforms to build the proper audience and always show up in front of each and every one of them. And then finally, in week 4, we're going to talk about calls to action that get people to move. We're going to talk about how to create your sales post, what to say and share so that people are actually wanting to buy. We're going to talk about how to establish scarcity that makes people want to buy their credit card. Again, if you don't give people a reason to move, they won't move. So I want to help you with that. And then finally, we're going to talk about how to craft promo posts. I've given you examples and all that fun stuff, and how we can create promotional posts that, again, convince your ideal customers to actually purchase. All right. So that's what we're going over in the 4 weeks. What's included? We're going to have 4 live group training calls. So they're live group calls every single Wednesday starting the 26th of this month. I'm sorry, it says April 19th, but we start on, no, I'm wrong. I'm looking at the wrong calendar. The 19th. The 19th is correct. We start on Wednesday the 19th, so this coming Wednesday, and we're going to have about approximately half hour or an hour of content, depending on the topic, and then I'm going to open up the phone lines for question and answer. So if you have questions on your sales strategy, your ideal client, whatever it is, you have the opportunity to get on the phone with me and I can answer anything it is you want. Yes, calls are recorded, so even if you miss a call, you'll always have access to the content and the information and the Q&A. You're going to get supplementary content from me every single week. So you're going to get guides, workbooks, tutorials, links that I think will be helpful for you. Again, even those examples so that you know what to do and how. And all of this is going to go on a password protected membership site that you have lifetime access to. Finally, we're also going to have a members only Facebook group. So it's just a private group just for members of this program. It's going to be open April 19th through May 19th and Monday through Friday. This gives you access to me to ask questions. Tag me, ask me whatever it is you want. You essentially have a business coach for 30 days of the Facebook group, right? So again, if you have questions, if you're struggling with something, rather than sitting there and overthinking it or being stuck forever, now you have me to answer your questions and so that you can push forward, okay? I'm also going to give you guys some webinar exclusive bonuses if you sign up in the next 2 days. Of course, this got a little bit wonky because of the fact that the recording broke on me. But if you sign up by Wednesday, I'm going to throw in some webinar exclusive bonuses because I always like to give people a reason to take action now. So the first thing is going to be a sales page training. For those of you who aren't familiar with the term sales page, this is essentially something that breaks down your program, right? It's one single web page that breaks down who this is for, what it's all about, what's included, when does it start, why is this all so beneficial, all of this kind of stuff. This means that we eliminate the need to message back and forth on every little detail of a program. If somebody emails me about working with me, I'm able to sit there and say, hey, this program would be great for you. Here's why. You can click more to learn here, right? Click here to learn more. So again, we're not in a position where we have to break down every little detail each and every time. That's exhausting. Now you'll have this beautiful, professional looking sales page that breaks down your program, what it's all about, and you can send traffic there. I'm giving you everything. I'm giving you an example sales page if I were a Beachbody coach. I'm giving you a tutorial on how you can create it. I'm giving you copy information so you know what to write and how. All of that kind of stuff, right? So this alone is huge. I'm also giving you a sales call training. This is complimentary access to my Surefire Sales Call Workshop. I'm a really big believer that if you ever want to get a client or customer on demand, the fastest way to do that is to get them on the phone. But of course, you have to be strategic. We're not just going to get on the phone and have a little chit chat about the weather, right? We want to make sure that we're really coming off as a professional and we're structuring these sales calls in a strategic way. So in this Surefire Sales Call Workshop, I am breaking down for you exactly how I book my own sales calls, how I get the right people on the phone, how I open the call, how I close the call, all of that kind of stuff so that you can start getting people on the phone and converting them into sales without feeling gross or without feeling icky, right? And then finally, I'm going to give you a Facebook ads workshop. Now, of course, Facebook ads are a huge animal, so I'm not going to pretend that you get everything about Facebook ads. It was a mini workshop, but this gives you access to everything that we covered, and that was how to find your ideal customers using the Audience Insights tool, exactly how to write copy so that it actually speaks to your ideal customers. I've given you my standard copy formula that I use for all of my ads that again speaks to that ideal client, shows off what they're about to get. An overview of the Power Editor, how you can actually use Facebook's Power Editor to set up your ads. We talk about what you should be promoting, versus what you shouldn't be promoting. We talk about a lot of stuff there again, so you can be running your Facebook ads, especially for your free stuff, in the best way so that we're making sure that it's actually paying off for you. Oh, and you also have a tutorial on how to run a Facebook ad for your Facebook community, because actually this is a little bit tricky. So I walk you through exactly how you can do that. So how much? How much is this program? Honestly, I feel like if I wanted to charge like $600, $700 for this program, I feel like I probably could, because of the fact that I feel like this is what took me 2 years to learn, squeezed into 4 weeks of a group training call. This program, I truly, genuinely believe can change everything for you. It could put you in a position where, again, you're making those sales all the time. But I always want to keep things reasonable, and I always want to keep things priced so that it's realistic for all of you, right? So normally this program, I'm promoting it for $397. But if you purchase by Wednesday, I'm going to bring it down to $297, or I have a payment plan for 4 weekly payments of $97. After Wednesday, it goes up to $397, or 5 weekly payments of $97. Now, full disclosure, again, the whole recording thing kind of screwed me up. So normally I was going to offer this on Saturday and give you until Monday to actually register. But of course, because we kind of got screwed up with the recording, I wanted to be fair to you and push back the deadline. With that said, the program does kick off on Wednesday. So while you have until Wednesday, of course, I would love for you to sign up a little bit earlier, because our first call is on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I would love for you to be able to actually get in for that call, right? Versus only hearing the recording. If you listen to the recording, it's not the end of the world. You still get the Facebook group and all that kind of stuff, but I want to make that clear. I don't want you to sign up at 7 o'clock p.m. and be like, oh God, I didn't get my information to join everything, right? So I want to kind of make that clear. I'll get you your welcome information automatically, of course, but again, just in case it's a little bit off, I wanted you to understand that it does start Wednesday. So of course, if you have any questions, I know we did some Q&A on the webinar on Saturday, but we don't have that anymore. If you have any questions about this at all, about the program, feel free to email me, hello@sarah-dan.com. I'm happy to answer anything that you have for me. And I hope this webinar was helpful. I hope you learned a ton. I hope you are feeling how selling all the time can be a lot more simpler than you're probably making it out to be. And of course, I would love to have you in this program. I say this genuinely. I don't BS. This program can change everything for you. I believe that with every bone in my body, and I believe that it's worth every penny that I'm charging for it. And I would love to have you in it. So yeah, if you have any questions, email me, hello@sarah-dan.com, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.